Hello, beautiful. Blythe here, MFA, Bliss Catalyst, and creator of A Blythe Coach, dancing through difficulty and taking leaps of faith. And I tell you what, this February did put the difficulty in dancing through difficulty, at least in my experience of my own life. So today's flip and favorites in my Manufactica Traveler's Notebook Style A5 cover and Rhodiorama dot grid pad with a Portland sticker on it for Q1 or late winter, early spring of 2026. I've started up an index and some longer term things to do. We flipped January already, so we find ourselves in real time, in March looking back at February. This is my creative bullet journal, and I had a lot of fun decorating with some Karnival candy wrappers and some stickers here from my childhood. These were from a Highlights magazine mailing, some Christmas bows from advertising actually for a local store, some origami paper, and washi tapes and stamps, hearts, and romantic Valentine's themes, as well as love of my neighborhood and my city here for Koeln Karnival were some of the themes of the month. Important events included Black History Month and National Eating Disorders Awareness Week, which I was once again this year a collaborator for, and was one of the things I was proudest of accomplishing this month, considering how challenging it was for me, still participating in that and sharing resources and creating visibility was something that was really important to me for February, so I'm glad that that did happen. Flipping over, we're looking at some of my favorite media. February was quite a month for media consumption, considering it's such a short month. We'll see part of that is because I did get sick and spent some time in bed over the course of the month. So part of that I was able to concentrate enough to read and part not. And so there was some viewing. I really enjoyed the book Winter Solstice by Rosamunda Pilcher. It's my first book by her, but I am really looking forward to more. I actually have a couple more that will be coming up. Holds on my library ebook holds. I finally finished, I had to borrow it again in order to finish The Guncle by Stephen Rowley. I did enjoy that so much that then later I listened to the ebook for The Guncle Abroad. And I really like that the gay uncle story and can relate as a gay aunt myself, as well as Great Big Beautiful Life, which is a more recent rom-com from Emily Henry. So quite a bit of fiction reading, easy reading, I would say, in February, although Winter Solstice was quite deep and profound, as well as sweet and humorous. In music, I believe there's some other song highlights and playlists that I might highlight in my monthly reflection article, but here I've already recorded in my bullet journal a new one from one of my favorite conscious rappers, Melissa Zarnick. It's called Garden of Eve, as well as the new Bruce Springsteen, Streets of Minneapolis. Oh, there was a lot going on politically in February. That was not easy on the mental health. In viewing, I really enjoyed the Bad Bunny Super Bowl halftime show and was excited to see the Seahawks, who I once followed closely, make it to the Super Bowl again and to win, although it wasn't maybe the best game for the Patriots. It was a horrible game for them. Lady Gaga and Ricky Martin and the dancing and the halftime show were the biggest highlights for me, and the positive, beautiful messaging, the gorgeous, passionate dancing, the emphasis on women of color choreographers. Snaps, loved all of that. Also watched the Muppet Show, what will we call it, episode. I hope there'll be more. The singing rats were a highlight. Also watching Star Trek Starfleet Academy series, continuing on that one, and finished the very last season of Queer Eye and cried. Big events and highlights would have been Carnival. I'm glad at the very, very beginning of the month we went to one event, because after that I was sick, and so I missed a lot of the parades and fun that I had planned for Carnival, costume wearing and celebrating and singing and dancing. But Ayla represented me at a few of those parades and events and was able to collect candy for me. And yeah, it was a little bit of a bummer Carnival season for me this year, but still got to watch also the big Rosenmonday parade on live stream. So that was how we usually like to enjoy that anyway. And of course, Valentine's Day, some sort of flu stomach bug, I don't even know. I got it and was sick for that, but for a couple weeks and started to feel better, and then got the thing that I'm still getting over. But I'm really excited that we bought flights to head home for a visit soon. My Eating Disorders Awareness Week collaboration, again, was something I'm proud of, and continuing to produce some work and do some teaching, although I did have to take some significant time off to rest, heal, recover, and try to be well. Yeah, started the first week in February teaching and creating, but then fell sick. And that was exactly how I was. The second week was so bad, I did some cancellations then. Yeah. And then the big end of Carnival bashes. I missed, like I said, except for the live streaming. That was at the same time as Lunar New Year, which I was just excited to experience secondhand. A lot of folks celebrating that, and happy Year of the Fire Horse if you do celebrate. And a little bit of presence on social media in preparation, and then quite a bit the week of Eating Disorder Awareness Week. I posted a new article and some photos and graphics on social media. I finally got a Jolly Roger stamp and it turned out to be March, full of teaching. Here's the page I had recording what I had done in my involvement with Eating Disorders Awareness Week. Really love the theme this year, Every Body Belongs. And I shared a message of hope and some statistics and links for more information. And it's also in March, Women's History Month. February was Black History Month, and I enjoyed a lot of content around that and reshared some posts and stories and things like that from creators that I enjoy. And that was it for the month. It felt short because of its already somewhat short nature, but especially short because of being sick. And we just need to give ourselves grace as much as possible when we need to prioritize self-care. Of course, it's always interesting as an artist, as a creative, as a freelancer, to give ourselves sick time and vacation time and things like that. But it's a good challenge and an important thing to remember. So I certainly enjoyed decorating this month and using my pens once I finally got a little bit of energy back and before I was sick. But we drank a lot of tea ate a lot of vitamins and fruits and vegetables and slept a lot, and yeah, try to still keep in mind some of my top priorities in terms of what will provide value and support my students and clients. I'm curious what you were up to in February. Was it a month of self-love, romantic love, love of your place? What did you create? What were your challenges that you faced? Thank you for watching, for dancing and moving together in spirit or in fact. Take good care of yourself and pay attention. Until next time.